So dear friends, welcome back. We are in MCOM, Corporate Tax Management subject. So in our previous class, what we have learned is how to calculate income from house property. We have learned for a corporate SSC, except income from salary, remaining all incomes are going to be there. See, income from salary will not going to be there for a corporate SSC. Remaining 4 heads incomes are going to be there. So in our previous class, we have learned how to calculate house property, income from house property, just like an ordinary individual assessee. For company also, you are going to calculate income from house property. Similarly, income from profession or business, again income from capital gains, again income from other sources. These 4 incomes you will add, then you will get total income, gross total income. And from that one, certain exemptions to corporate assessee are going to be given by the income tax. These exemptions are mentioned here. For individual assessee, it is mentioned from 80C to 80U. But for a corporate assessee, main deductions will be mentioned under section 80G to up to 80LA. These are commonly allowed deductions for a corporate assessee. Please note down these deductions which start from 80G to 80LA. If you want, you take a screenshot. These are the normal deductions, main deductions for a corporate assessee. Now you can see, after these 4 incomes are added, you will get total income. From that total income, you have to deduct the specified deductions which are allowed under Income Tax Act from section 80G to 80LA, which are mentioned here. Okay. On the net income, that net taxable income, you are going to calculate a tax liability of a corporate assessee, that we will learn in this class. Please note down this problem. This is a problem with reference to an Indian company. Please remember, Indian company, not a foreign company. Okay. So in this one, we are going to how to calculate tax liability. We are going to learn. This is the problem. Indian company named X. Let us take for example. So these are the various incomes of it. Now you have to draw the pro forma. I am drawing. You also draw like that. Okay. Computation of total income of X company for the assessment year 2020-2021 we are going to calculate. Okay, for the assessment year 2020-2021 you are going to calculate. Now you see how to calculate. This pro forma I am drawing. Kindly note this pro forma. You have to draw like this also. This only. Then particulars. Please mute yourselves. Some noise is coming. from your side some noise is coming, dear students. Please mute yourself. This is the pro forma. See, this is how you are going to draw the pro forma. And after the pro forma is drawn, okay, first one, if you have to first of all mention the incomes. Okay, now first income is, you can see, business profit. So I mentioned, no, I already told you, except income from salary, all incomes are going to be there for a corporate SSC. So this is income from business. You mention it as income from business. Income from business. See, if you see the problem, 4,20,000 is given. Okay, that 4,20,000 you have to note down. Now you can see one important aspect is there in this one. Why I have taken in inner column? This is, you all know, this is inner column and this is outer column. Why I have mentioned in inner column means, one donation is given to National Rural Development Fund, NRDF. This specifically I mentioned because there is a deduction for this. So that is why I mentioned. So kindly note, under section 35, you have to remember this. Under section 35, CA, whatever amount that is given to NRDF, National Rural Development Fund. You all know that India is an agricultural country. Mainly, it depends on development for rural, from the aspect of rural areas. If rural areas develop, India will develop, because majority of the country is rural in nature. So if a company donates any amount to NRDF, National Rural Development Fund, that amount will be allowed as a deduction from income from business. You can deduct that amount. So that is why I mentioned this. Okay. Now you can see that amount you can allow as deduction. So donation to NRDF. You have to mention the section also. Under section 35 CCA, you have to mention. See, the amount is 8,800. Now if you deduct, that net amount will come, that only you have to consider. No, not this is not required. Okay. So this I am checking. Now you can see that net amount is going to be, if you deduct 8,800 from 4,20,000, your amount is going to be, income from business you have to show as 4,11,200. Okay. So next one in continuation. See, you all know that income from salary is not there. Income from business we have calculated. If you observe this problem, there is no income from house property to this company. Okay. So income from house property is not there. Income from salary is not there. Income from capital gains is also not there. Please see, there is no capital gain. Okay. There is nothing mentioned that the company sold particular asset. Its purchase price is this one, its sales price is that one. Nothing is mentioned like that. So income from capital gains is also not there. So three incomes are not there. Income from salary, income from house property, income from capital gains. But these dividends, income from mutual fund, royalty, fee from an Indian company, dividend from a foreign company, these are income from other sources. So income from other sources, you have to show income from other sources. Now you see, you have to remember. You have to clearly remember that these two are exempt. Please remember, dividend from an Indian public sector company is exempt. Similarly, dividend from an Indian company whose 80% income is agricultural income is exempt. Okay, income from mutual fund is also exempt. You remember one thing, in dividend from Indian company is exempt, whereas the dividend from a foreign company is taxable. I am repeating, dividend from an Indian company is exempt. Income from mutual fund is exempt, but dividend from a foreign company is taxable. But you have to mention these items and you have to write as exempt. Please remember. Okay. So how you are going to write is dividend under, see these items, you can see this is second item, this is third item. These two you have to mention under 2 and 3 above. You have to mention as, here you have to mention. In this inner column, you have to mention exempt. Or in working notes also, you can mention dividend from an Indian company is exempt. Similarly, another item also I mentioned. What is it? Income from mutual fund. Income from mutual fund is also exempt. Okay. EXEMT, exempt. Now next item you see, what is the next item? See, dividend from Indian public sector company is exempt. Dividend from Indian company is exempt. Income from mutual fund is also exempt. Royalty received from a foreign concern, this is taxable. This you have to show. Okay. So royalty from a foreign concern. Concern means a company. Royalty from a foreign concern. You see how much amount is there? It is 16,000 is there. You can see the problem. In the problem it is mentioned as 16,000. That 16,000 is taxable. You have to include it. 16,000. Next one. Next item is, you see, fee from an Indian company for technical advice. See, this 12,000 also you have to include. See the difference between these, you try to understand. These are dividends. Okay, dividends are exempt, but other types of fees from Indian companies or foreign companies you have to compulsorily take. And not only that, I am repeating, dividend from a foreign company you have to show it is taxable, but dividend from Indian company you need not show, it is exempt. If a company receives dividend from a foreign company, it is fully exempt. So sorry sir, it is fully taxable. But if a company received dividend from Indian companies, that is fully exempt. You have to understand. Okay, up to a certain extent it is exempt. So in this problem, very amounts are given. Those are exempt. You need not show them. Okay. So next item is next item, fees from Indian company. Fees from Indian company. In the problem, if you see, how much is there? 12,000. Next item I mentioned, dividend from a foreign company, 8,000 is there, that you have to show. dividend from a foreign company. This you have to show. $8,000 is there. So all these items are over. See, NRDF already it is over. So all the items are mentioned. Okay. Now you have to add them. You will get gross total income. Okay. What is the total of this? 28 plus 8, 36,000 is there. 36,000 I have taken. Okay. Now from this one, you deduct this from 4,11,200. You deduct 36,000. These two you add income from business and income from other sources. These two you add 4,11,200 plus 36,000. How much you are going to get? 4,47,200 you will get. Okay, this is, what is this? This is gross total income. Gross total income. This is. See, from this one, what you have to see is any, I mentioned earlier, these are the deductions. If at all any of these are included in the problem, you have to allow as deductions. But no deductions are there in the problem, except NRDF, no deductions are given. Hence, this is not required, but you have to write, you have to mention it. Okay, from 4 lakh, okay, here. Minus deductions. See, in the problem, no deductions are here there. Hence, you simply write nil. Okay. So as it is, whatever amount is there, you drop down. Deductions are nil. So 4,47,200 you drop down. Okay. Now, what is this? This is total income. Okay. Total taxable income actually. Total income. From gross total income, if you allow deductions, if you deduct certain amount, you will get total income. Okay. Now, what you have to do is, so our total income came. Now you have to calculate tax on that one. Okay. Next, the first job is done. First job is you have to calculate total income. Our second job is you have to calculate tax liability. Computation of tax liability. This you have to do. See, dear friends, in our earlier classes I mentioned corporate SSC is liable to pay tax at a flat rate of 30%. But individual assessee, what you are going to do? Up to 5 lakhs, 5%, 5 lakhs to 10%, 10 lakhs, 10%. Like that, tax division slab system is there. But companies, there is no such slab system. Direct flat rate of 30% you are going to do. You are going to calculate. Okay. So, tax on rupees, what is the amount? 4,47,200 into at a flat rate of 30%. 30%. So the amount will be, now please calculate, one of you please tell the answer. You please calculate. One of you please tell me the answer. What is the amount that you got? What is the amount? 4,47,200 into 30%. What is the tax that you got? Please, one of you unmute and tell the answer. And tell me the answer. What is the answer? One of you please tell the answer. Yes, please.
Sir, 1,34,160.
Very good. Thank you. 1,34,160.
160.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, sir.
This is the tax, actual tax the company has to pay. But please remember, another thing is also there, another interesting thing with reference to a corporate assessee is there. What is that means? I am telling now. Surcharge you have to add. What is that surcharge? What is that surcharge? I am explaining. You kindly make a note of it. Okay. In this problem, there is no surcharge actually. But what is a surcharge means? If Indian company, with reference to Indian company, I am mentioning it. You have to remember it. An Indian company whose income is more than 10 crores. Whose income is more than 10 crores. The company has to pay surcharge of 12% on such profit. But here the total income is only 4,47,200. So there is no question of surcharge. I am repeating, if Indian company's total income limit, that is net income exceeds 10 crores, it has to pay 12% as surcharge. Okay. Again, this is, we are dealing with only Indian company in this problem. So I mentioned firstly about Indian company. But remember, you may ask a question, sir, what about foreign company? You kindly make a note. If it is a foreign company, if foreign company's income is between 1 crore to 10 crores, then it has to pay a surcharge of 2%. It has to pay a surcharge of 2%. Okay, if it is between 1 crore to 10 crores, it has to pay a surcharge of 2%. Okay, is it clear? Suppose if a foreign company's net income is more than 10 crores, then in all such cases, it has to pay surcharge of 5%. I am repeating, for Indian companies, if net income is more than 10 crores, it has to pay a surcharge of 12%. If a foreign company whose net income is between 1 crore and 10 crores, it has to pay 2% as surcharge. If a foreign company is earning a net income of more than 10 crores, it has to pay a surcharge of 5%. These are the current rates. Okay, this is for your information. Even though in the problem, if surcharge is not there, you have to mention it and you have to put a dash. The examiner will think that you know the rule. If surcharge is not there means you should not skip that one. You have to write it, you have to mention it as surcharge, and you have to put a dash to this one, dash at this one. Okay. So next, our next item is another thing is also there that you all know at your degree level you have learned. Apart from surcharge, individual assessee or a corporate assessee will have to pay. You have to add education cess, health and education cess, that you all know at the rate of 4% you have to pay. Now, so on this 1,34,160, now you please calculate 4%. 4% education cess, and you tell me the answer. On 1,34,160, you calculate education cess, health and education cess. Otherwise, you tell me the answer.
Sir, 5,000.
Yes.
366.4, sir.
366 I am taking. It is less than 5 no. So I am taking 366. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Now you have to add these two. The total tax liability will come for the company. Okay. So now you add it and you tell me the answer. So I am adding. It is very less amount only. No? It is 1,34 plus 5, 39. 1 plus 3, 4 means 5, 2, 6. You please cross check whether it is correct or not. You tell me. Please, you tell me whether it is correct or not. Is it correct? If you add both of them, whatever I mentioned, is it correct or not? This is the total.
Correct, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. This is the tax liability. Okay. Tax liability of the company. Okay. I hope you understood. I hope you understood. Now,
Okay,
with reference to a corporate assessee, another twist is there in the problem. What is that twist? I will explain. You kindly listen. So this whatever we have done, just simply income from business. If at all donations, specific kind of donations are there, we are going to deduct like this, like I have shown. Okay. And you are going to add other incomes. If at all any other incomes are there, you are going to add. And total income you will get from that one. Deductions under section 80, you are going to deduct, and your taxable income will come. On that one, at a flat rate of 30%, you are going to calculate the tax. As I mentioned, surcharge is applicable to a domestic company, to an Indian company, if its net income is more than 10 crore rupees. At a flat rate of 12%, surcharge is going to be calculated. But here, the net income is very less. So, surcharge is not there. But on this amount, you are going to calculate 4% health and education cess. So, this is your total income. Once check the problem. So this is the problem, and this is the tax liability. Suppose apart from this in the problem, they will mention this also that I am writing now. You also make a note. Okay. What is that? You please see it. You write as I write. Find out. At the end of the problem, compulsorily they will give this point normally. Tax liability. If the book profit of the company is is rupees 7 lakhs under section 115 JB. 115 JB. What is 115 JB? I will explain. This is the difference between individual assessee's tax calculation and a company assessee's tax calculation. Up to your degree level, up to your UG level, you have done this and you have left the problem. But you are learning the subject of corporate tax management. You are calculating the tax liability of a company. In such a case, compulsorily you have to learn this. In problems, they will give this. What is this? This is related to 115 JB. 115 JB is specifically related to MAT. MAT means minimum alternative tax. Minimum alternative tax. Please make a note. This is very important point. Minimum alternative tax. MAT means. So under this one, you have to calculate. You have to calculate tax. And what is the special issue regarding that one? We will come to know about it in just 5 minutes. So this is normal tax liability. Okay. Now you have to calculate under section 115 JB also on book profit. This is our calculated profit. Our calculated profit is 4,47,200. But the company has its own calculation. They are mentioning their profit as 7 lakhs. You have to calculate tax based on their return only. So that is 7 lakhs. You see, this is second type of calculation you see. Okay. Tax on book profit. That is rupees 7 lakhs. 7 lakhs. See, at the rate of, see, this we are taking our, as per our calculation, we are mentioning it as 30%. This is a flat rate, but in a minimum alternative tax, fixed rate is there, another fixed rate is there, that is 15%. Up to previous year, up to last year, it was 18.5%. But from this year onwards, it is changed to 15%. So on minimum alternative tax, you have to calculate. On 7 book profit, they will give. Actual profit, we will calculate. On that one, 30% at a fixed rate, we are going to calculate. That you have to compare with this rate, match. On book profit, you have to calculate 15%. And now you see, what is the amount that comes? Please tell me. On 7 lakhs, 15% you calculate and tell me. What is that amount?
1,05,000, sir.
1,05,000.
5,000.
Now you see, this amount is also less than what? Our 10 crore. That is for surcharge. Okay. So here also there is no surcharge. Surcharge you will write plus surcharge. Plus surcharge. Surcharge is the dash. No surcharge is there. Next issue is next 4% you have to calculate. There is no difference on that one. That is health and education cess at the rate of 4%. Copy. On this one, if you calculate 4%, what is that amount? You please tell me. On 1,05,000, calculate 4% and you tell me what is the amount. On 1,05,000, 4% you calculate.
4,200, sir.
4,200.
200.
Now tax liability is, you add both of these. that will come to 1,09,200.
That 9,200.
1,09,200 will come. Now you have to make a comparison between these two. So our calculated amount is 1,39,526. When we calculated on our own, the tax liability is 1,39,520. Okay. Whereas on the book profit, if you calculate, when we calculated, the tax liability is 1,09,200. Which one is more? That you have to consider as a tax. If 1,39,526 is more. So this is the tax liability of the company. This the company has to pay. You have to conclude like this. I am mentioning that statement. You write down in your notes. Tax on total income is rupees 1,39,526. Whereas tax on book profit is 1,09,200. I am repeating. Tax on total income is 1,39,526. Whereas tax on book profit is 1,09,200. Stop. The higher of these two amounts, is to be paid by the company. Is the tax liability of the company. Therefore, the company's tax liability is 1,39,526. 1,39,526. The higher of these two amounts is to be paid by the company, is the tax liability of the company. Hence, the company's tax liability is, or the tax payable by the company is 1,39,526. So I am repeating the process, my dear friends. See, the difference between an individual assessee and a corporate assessee is, for an individual assessee, you will simply add all the incomes. You will allow deductions. Total taxable income will come. And the tax liability you are going to find out based on a slab system. But for a corporate assessee, there is no slab system. You are going to add all incomes. You will allow deductions. And on the taxable income, at a flat rate of 30%, you are going to calculate the tax. And surcharge you are going to add. And health and education cess at the rate of 4% you will add. And the amount you will calculate. And you will compare it with, if at all in the problem, if they give book profit on that one, at a flat rate of 15%, you will calculate the tax. On that one also, if there is a chance of surcharge, you will add. And on that amount, you are going to add health and education cess at the rate of 4%. And these two incomes you are going to compare. And the higher of these amounts is the tax liability of the company. Kindly make a note, dear friends. This is the problem. And thank you very much. In our next class, we will see some more problems. Thank you very much, dear